People of Interest is brought to you in part by Constant Contact. We provide the same service as MailChimp, but we don't make you feel like an asshole when you say our name. Constant Contact. We have a legitimate business name.
In North Carolina, the Senate race is heating up between incumbent Democrat Kay Hagan and Republican challenger Tom Tillis. Now, as voters are being bombarded with partisan rhetoric from both sides, many are looking for a third option. Enter Mr. Scruffles. This adorable puppy has entered the race as an independent and already taken a pretty big bite out of his opponent's face. Unfortunately, Mr. Scruffles couldn't be here tonight because it's past his puppy bedtime, but his campaign manager, Russ Mitchell, is here to speak on behalf of Mr. Scruffles and discuss his platforms. Russ Mitchell, welcome.
Thanks for having me. Now, I want to tell you right off the bat, this puppy is not only what North Carolina needs, but what the United States of America needs. Because for the past 8 years, we have been under the management of somebody who takes mismanagement classes and doesn't understand what the working class needs. Who else better but man's best friend to tell man what to do and lead man to a new frontier? I'm sorry, I'm taking up your time. Continue.
Letting us know that. Now, Mr. Scruffles, obviously you are his most trusted content advisor.
I wish I was. I wish I was. I can only dream. But you know, I do have his ear. His floppy little delicious ear.
What do you think the key to Mr. Scruffles' popularity is?
Oh, well, besides the obvious, I mean, look at that face. There's a little puppy in a big man's tie. Who wouldn't vote for that, just on looks alone? You know who else? You know who else? I'm going to tell you, I'm going to bring it down for a minute. You know who else was voted on just by looks alone? And that was Mr. Barack Obama, who is in office right now.
He is.
You know, everybody just saw a puppy dog face and a tie, and that clean haircut, and that cadence like he was some kind of preacher. People voted for that. But what was behind that face and that tie? Nothing. You know what's behind this face and that tie? Animal instinct. Somebody who just sees something and goes for it, especially if it's a ball.
Now, Mr. Scruffles his platform is very interesting. He has come out very much in favor of scratches behind the ears.
Oh, yes.
Snuzzling.
Yes.
Interesting choice of words.
That was a focus market word. You know, focus groups.
And also flat tax, which was an interesting
Yeah, it goes along with the scruffles. Yeah, the scruffling is the flat tax, because if you think about it, a flat tax makes sense. Treat everybody equally. Everybody would do the same thing. Everybody likes the same thing. A flat tax doesn't treat anybody differently, much like a scratch behind the ear. People enjoy a scratch behind the ear. I'm going to take this one step further, and I'm going to tell you, if you show me somebody who doesn't like a scratch behind the ear, I'm going to show you somebody un-American. I will stand by those words.
Will Mr. Scruffles stand by those words?
Mr. Scruffles will stand by that and more. And more.
Mr. Scruffles obviously has not, it's sort of interesting, Mr. Scruffles has not come down on the belly rub issue. And, you know, a lot of people are wondering where he feels about that.
Yeah, you know, this is one of those issues that nobody comes out clean. You know, everybody gets their paws dirty. If you'll give me the latitude. You know, it's an issue that is you know, you're either for it or against it. If you're in the middle, you're between for and against. So you're right there between for and against. And belly rubbing, much like Obamacare, Very, very touchy issue.
Yes.
But I will say, those of us who do not want belly rubs, you will not have to get belly rubs. Those of us who do want belly rubs covered, you will be able to get belly rubs from your whoever physician you want to go to.
So Mr. Struffles really sees belly rubs as a states' rights issue.
Belly rubs is definitely a state rights issue. You don't want the man in Washington, D.C., the federal government, with their goose stepping and their riding crops and other accoutrements of the ruling class, telling you, come into your little town, your little hamlet on a hill, with the sun setting so slowly behind the church in the town square, and the smell of mimosas in the air. You don't want him coming to your little town and putting his jack-booted foot on your neck and saying, you will have a belly rub. I tell you, you're going to have a belly rub. You want a belly rub. You want a belly rub, don't you? You want a belly rub.
It's important. It's very important, in platform. Now, obviously, Mr. Struggles has drawn the attention of the sexual opponents Mr. Tillis.
Yes.
Now they've come out with some pretty nasty attack ads.
So we are all familiar with those attack ads. Let me tell you, I've had some sleepless nights along with Mr. Scruffles after viewing those attack ads. He usually just likes to watch because it's movement. But I know what's going on.
So he's not letting it affect him.
Oh, no sir. No sir, I wish I had half of the fortitude that little puppy has. They could throw anything in the kitchen sink at him, which they have. And by the way, Miss K. Hagan, if I can take a moment, shame on you. They've been throwing everything at this puppy, and he has come out smelling like a rose with his nose held high.
It's inspiring that he's...
It is inspiring. I can't wait for his autobiography to come out.
Are you working on it?
Well, I'm not going to spill any beans, but yes. You always have to be prepared.
Now, historically, independence has always been a very uphill battle. People are very partisan.
Yes.
What do you think your chances are, Mr. Scruffles?
I think they're very good because, once again, Mr. Scruffles does not have any kind of allegiance to either side. He sees the best of both worlds, and he takes it into his little puppy mind and makes a wonderful kind of aromatic stew in his brain, something kind of a gumbo, where you have the potatoes and the carrots from the Republicans, and you have the chicken broth and the little diced up celery from the Democrats, and a little bit of base seasoning from the Libertarians. And then you have some special pulled pork, that your mother slow roasts for about a week, and it smells the house, and you come home from school, you can't wait to come from school because you just want to smell that roast pork. And then you put it in the gumbo. I forgot what I was saying. I'm so hungry. Anyway, whatever he thinks, it's delicious, and people are gonna like it.
Well, final question: Where will we be seeing Mr. Struffles next?
Well, sometime being somebody who tries to manage this campaign with him, it's like every day. It's just wherever the wind takes him. I mean, one day it could be over by a fence. And then some other time he's sniffing somebody's leg over by the bank. And then there's those times where he goes into a field and he just squats for a little bit. So he could be anywhere really.
Well, we look forward to seeing him, Russ Mitchell. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Actual support for People of Interest is brought to you by Philly Improv Theater, Philly's home for comedy. In addition to shows every week of the year, PHIT offers classes in improv, sketch, and stand-up. For more information, visit phillyimprovtheater.com.